where this goes strong until it's done. And when it's done, it's done. Right. A lot of the more cordless ones, you see the little collar on the side that flips. I'm glad they did the twist.
How you doing? Barnaby here. So you want to know more about the Milwaukee Hackzall? Well, it has up to a 3,000 stroke per minute capacity. It has about a 3/4 inch stroke to it, and it's got anti-vibration technology, or at least so Milwaukee says. In order to get to the truth of the matter in all things, let's check in with Dan Verkuyk, who's had this tool for about a month now. So what do you do to bring home the bacon?
Well, I run my own company. It's Verkuyk Contracting. I do residential remodeling, light commercial, and property maintenance.
All right. And so what do you use the saw for?
Well, I'm rehabbing a house downtown right now, and I was cutting out some gas pipes, removing some headers, and getting some nails out of the way, getting ready for drywall.
Okay. And you would usually probably use a big recip saw, but how is it different using this?
Well, the nice thing about this saw is when you get up on a ladder and you got to reach over your head, it's pretty lightweight, pretty compact. You got a two-hand saw, holding it with one hand, you need to grab it with both hands. Well, this way you can get up on a ladder, you can still stabilize yourself, or you can grab the wall while you're cutting. Or if you got to get behind a refrigerator, you don't want to move that, you can just push that a little bit. It's a nice small saw that you can just get in there and kind of trim away.
Okay. And so what about the anti-vibration technology? Because if you are extended, that's all going to be hyper-accentuated.
Right. As it doesn't vibrate, when you start cutting a board and it starts vibrating, either the board or the metal is going to vibrate, and it's going to start pinching the blade, and it's going to bind up, and it's going to snap back at you.
Sure.
Where if it's just going back and forth and it's not vibrating, you're going to be able to control that cut a lot better, especially if you're over your head.
So it's pretty smooth?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about changing the blade out?
Well, it has the nice little twist. Most electric saws that you see have that.
Right.
A lot of the more cordless ones, you see the little collar on the side that flips. I'm glad they did the twist. The twist is just a really nice mechanism. A lot of time with the switches, they get a little bound up. You get some grease or some wood in there, and you have to hit it with a hammer to make it work. Okay.
And it's got a variable speed trigger to it, so you start out at 0 and work your way up to 3,000.
Yep. If you just want to start your cut nice and slow, then you can just go at it.
Dig in. Right. So what about battery? That's a pretty low profile battery right there.
Oh, the lithium-ion technology is great. As far as the weight of the batteries, man, it makes the tool really manageable. You can hardly tell the difference when you add the battery to it. And the battery life goes and goes. And they don't slow down like the older ones. They'd slow down as they're dying, and you're like, man, I still got another 10 minutes in this, but it's like,
right.
Where this goes strong until it's done. And when it's done, it's done.
Okay.
And it does have the indicator.
Oh yeah, so you can see how many bars are left, right?
And this one is dead, so it just blinks on one little button.
Right. Well, and we gave you this tool with just the one battery because we wanted to kind of approximate one of the ways you can buy the saw, and that is just without the battery.
Well, as the economy's kind of tanked, people are trying to save money. So if you have a tool with the battery set up and you want to, say, add another tool to your catalog, if you have the cordless drill that goes with this, you can go buy just the tool rather than buying the combo kit that has the battery and the charger, saying, well, I don't really need that, so you can buy the bare tool. Or if it breaks, you can just go replace it. You don't have to buy another battery. Saves you, well, $100, $150 at the store.
Yeah, it looks like it's in pretty good shape. I mean, did you knock it around a little bit?
Yeah, you kick it around, set it on a sawhorse, and it falls off, and put it in the corner, gets dust on it, you blow it off.
Sure. Well, so if somebody came to you and asked about a recommendation on the tool, what would you tell them?
Well, I would always ask, what's your use for the tool? And if it's a specific use for high cuts and small cuts, yeah. But if it's going to be your only hacksaw or sawzall, I would say you're going to need another one as well.
Yeah.
Just for the bigger lumber, if you're going to do a lot of heavy-duty cutting, you might want a corded one.
All right. Well, there you have it. One man's take on the Milwaukee Hackzall. So if you're thinking about the tool, at least you have some perspective now, right? Which is what you're always going to get when you stop by toolselect.com.
All right, guys, here's the Milwaukee Hackzall M18. This is, let's see if we can get the focus here, the 262520 M18 reciprocal saw bare tool. So I ordered this, my wife did, for Valentine's Day off Amazon, and it came and it comes in a very generic box. There's no battery. Don't confuse my battery there. That's one of my own purchase. You get a little manual, and it comes in a plastic bag, but other than that, it comes in one of these generic brown boxes, so it's probably like a bulk one or an overrun, something of that nature. So yeah, here it is. I mean, it's nice. It's actually fairly hefty. I was not anticipating that. I like that it's all balanced forward, so when you're holding it like this, though, it is a little bit awkward, and I feel like it puts a lot of pressure on one hand. If you're operating in the upright position, though, oh my god, total game changer. Now, one thing I wanted to, I've got my 3 amp hour battery, and like I said, this is a bare tool. This battery does not come with it, but I wanted you guys to hear the noise level, because I think it's a bit noisier than my Ryobi and my Harbor Freight plug-in one that I have. But, you know, it's a reciprocal saw, so take that as you will. By the way, trigger down here, and we've got a lock. It's just on-off. So here's the volume level. It does have a little light right there, but she's a little sparky. This is not brushless. This is brushed. But honestly, she seems to work pretty well. It flies through stuff. Plenty of power here. So I don't think it's a bad deal for around, what was this, about $75. I think it's pretty good. So I think y'all should go on and get yourself one. All right, guys, that does it for this one. We'll catch you next time.
Just arrived. This year's tool. Actually, no, last year's tool. Once again, checking the date code. We see it FD25, which means last year. This tool does operate. If I click it on here, it does operate. Works nice. I just had one and it recently got stolen, so replacing it with another one. My only downside is I'm now missing a year out of my warranty.
No, está para no.
Polo.
No, mira.
¿Es lo que habían pedido?
No, yo pedí esa hueá.
Le dirás polo, pero se llama...
No, está
Polo
para
de Milwaukee, me
no.
Polo, eso se le llama polo.
Ya.